Hey, it's Gavin here from washfataway.com. Thanks for stopping by, and it's great to have you with me. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about extreme fat loss. And I'm sure that interests you because it certainly interests a lot of people out there. Now, before I delve in, I want to warn you because extreme fat loss is not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody can do it. You may watch this video and you think, you know what, that just sounds like too much hard work. And that's fine. If you're not prepared to do that, that's absolutely fine. You can tone it down, do what you will with this information. However, even if you just take a couple of nuggets from this video, you will get better results. Now, there might be some of you, maybe you, okay, who's thinking, you know what, I've got a wedding, or I'm going on a beach holiday and I need to get in my budgie smugglers, something like that maybe. And you think, you know what, I'm going to give this a whirl. I'm going to blast it and see what sort of results I can get and maybe tone it down after that, which is how a lot of people use these methods. If you've been following me online for a while now, you will know some of these methods and how they work and how I structure them to get some of my online clients the best results possible. Now, there are 5 methods that you need to use to get extreme fat loss, to get that jaw-dropping transformation. And the way it works is, first off, we have number 1, clean eating. Now, clean eating has been knocked about many times over the last few years. And in my book, all it is tidying up your diet, so making sure it is a healthy diet, you're eating real food. So you're looking to dodge certain food sources. So things like processed foods or anything out of a box, tin, tray, all those things with lots of E numbers and weird ingredients. All right, so it's processed food, there's refined sugars. So, white sugar, any cakes, biscuits, pastries, all those sorts of things that you might love are causing your body just to store fat. So we're looking to try and dodge that. We have caffeine. Caffeine is one where it causes you to go on the energy roller coaster, and once you crash on that roller coaster, you end up craving sugary foods. Also dehydrates you, and this is not good in general. What do we have? We have the processed food, refined sugars, caffeine, wheat. Wheat is a big one, so cutting back on things like bread, again, the pastries, cakes, anything that has wheat in, and you'd be surprised how many products out there have wheat in, because they know, the food manufacturers know that wheat is addictive, and so they just chuck it in anything and everything, because we eat more of it. Also spikes your blood sugar, which makes it very difficult to burn fat. We've also got booze, obviously liquid calories there, but also spikes your cortisol levels, and when your cortisol levels are high, your stress hormone, makes it very difficult to burn belly fat. So we're looking to dodge that. And then for certain people, dairy. A lot of people don't get on well with dairy, it causes bloating. There's a lot of issues to go with that, so I'm not going to delve into that one right now. So that is your foundation. Now, if you imagine the methods I'm about to talk to you about as a pyramid, all right? Now, at the bottom is this clean eating. That's your foundation. And regardless of any of the methods you do, or you should try and embrace this method, this clean eating, this eating real food, trying to cut back on all those shoddy chemicals, that cocktail of chemicals that just make fat loss really difficult. And once we do that, once we clean up the diet, the hormones start to work better, which is fantastic, and allows us to flush out the toxins out of those fat cells and actually use those fat cells for energy, which is, that's what we want. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2 is a low carb approach or a ketogenic approach. Now, you might have heard the old keto diet, that sort of stuff. Dr. Atkins now, he was on something. He just went a little bit too crazy, all right? So it's sausage, bacon, egg every day. No, you've got to have some green vegetables in there. You've got to have a bit of balance. So yes, we're dropping the carbs, which works by dropping your blood sugar levels, and insulin drops with that because it doesn't have to jump out and mop up all the blood sugar and then store it as fat, any excess that is, which tends to be the case because not enough people are exercising and just eating lots of carby foods, sugar, even things like fruit, potatoes, just going overboard. But it's mainly the sugars, the cakes, the biscuits, cookies, you name it, all those sorts of things will cause your blood sugar to spike. Insulin comes out, and when insulin's up here, like poof, slamming the door on your fat cells, nothing is going to get over there. And even with a low calorie diet, it's going to make it very difficult if you're having mainly sugary foods, all those starchy carbs, the sugary carbs. It just makes it really difficult. So bring those carb levels down, or even match them with your exercise. So if you're not exercising in a day, you're not very active, bring those carb levels down. If you are exercising the next day, bring them back up. That's how you do it. It's as easy as that. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3 is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a great tool. It's a fantastic tool, and it works particularly well, even on its own. But when you combine it with some of these other methods that I'm talking about, boom, you are on fire. Metabolism won't know what to do. It's like boom. Okay. So the reason intermittent fasting works is threefold. Okay. Number one, it allows your digestive system to have a little bit of a spruce up down there, so you're not always eating food constantly. So it allows it to go into repair mode, sort itself out. Number two, we have obviously the drop in calories. Now, when some people go on low calorie diets, it's trying to drop those calories every day. And that becomes an absolute ball ache. If you've tried it, I'm sure you know how much of a ball ache it is. With the fasting, however, you get that calorie reduction in one shot or even two shots. So it depends how many days a week you're fasting, okay? And now number three, which is the biggie, which often gets overlooked, is the hormonal manipulation that goes on with that. So we've already mentioned insulin and the blood sugar, and it does exactly the same sort of thing. So when you fast for several hours, could be 14, 16, 18, your insulin levels drop down and your growth hormones, boom, straight up. And when you have that combination, it's almost like yin and yang. Fat loss is much easier. So definitely want to get that going. So drop the insulin down, growth hormone up, which by the way is also known as the youth hormone. So as much of that as we can get and keep us young and vibrant, which is always nice. That works pretty well. All right, so they're the three reasons. Now, in terms of fasting, let's say you want to fast tomorrow. You would actually start tonight. So you'd have, say you finish your last meal at 7 or 8 o'clock, then you count 16, 18 hours forward from there, and then you would finish and then carry on with your next day. Now, some protocols recommend 500 calories, some at 800 calories. For me personally, as long as you're getting around sort of 800 or less calories, then happy days, but I generally don't count, okay? So if you go over that, it's no big deal, all right? So that is how you do it. First time you do it, I'd be a bit more sensible, maybe aim for 14. But remember, you're going to be asleep for a lot of that, a big chunk of time there, usually around 7 or 8 hours of that, and then you're just missing breakfast or maybe lunch as well, depending on where you finish or where you started your fast the day before. All right, so that's your fasting, all right? That works well. Combine it with these other two methods, boom, you're on track. Now, we've got the diet kind of sorted out there. I'm going to tell you about one other method that you'll need towards the end, which is very important and allow you to eat things like cake and biscuits and crisps and all those sorts of stuff. But first we've got to talk about the exercise. Now exercise wise, plodding along on the cross trainer doing this business, looking down at the clock every 10 seconds, boring, very, very boring. And a lot of you, maybe you as well, watching this, are short of time. You've got family, you've got kids, work is crazy. You haven't got a lot of time to exercise. So you need to make sure that the exercise you're doing is effective. And by being effective, what I'm really talking about is, can you raise your metabolic rate for several hours after the workout? If you just go on a treadmill and you plod along, then that's not going to happen. So say you've got 20 minutes doing that, nah, it's not going to work. All right, but however, if you up the intensity, maybe throw in some interval training or even throw in some bodyweight exercises as well. So especially with people that are short of time, bodyweight exercises or a kettlebell, combining resistance training with cardio works fantastically well, especially when you're short of time. So you're looking to get a sweat and get out of breath and really push yourself, step out of that comfort zone. Now everybody's got different fitness levels. So, your high intensity, let's say, all right, here's an example. 10 is your maximum intensity, all right? That's being sick, that's like, and you shouldn't need to get to that sort of intensity. So you should be aiming for around a 7 or 8. Now my 7 or 8 is going to be different than yours, and that's absolutely fine. But the idea is you're going to push yourself to get to that 7 or 8, and at the end of the workout, you've got to ask yourself, what was that out of 10? Was it at the 7 or 8 that I need to be at, or was it a 5? You've got to be honest with yourself about that. All right. Now, when you do that, obviously you're burning calories, which is all good. We want to raise your metabolic rate. But if you're doing the high intensity stuff, you also get a nice boost in growth hormone. And again, that's what we want. When growth hormone's up, it makes it easier to tap into the fat cells, use them up. Happy days. And also, the belly fat you have sitting around the waist right now, it loves, well, I should say hates high intensity exercise. All right, because when high intensity exercise is happening, it makes it easier for it to lose belly fat. All right, so high intensity exercise, losing belly fat around the stomach, happy days. So you might have seen people who jog a lot or cycle and they have this little belly paunch. So they're stick thin on the arms and the legs, but they've got for some bizarre reason, this paunch around the belly. All right, and that's because they're doing the long distance cardio sort of stuff. Make it intense, throw in some resistance training as well. It's gonna up your metabolic rate and get your fat loss results much quicker. Now, so there's our 4 methods. Now the 5th one, again, we're going back to the diet here. Now the 5th one is very, very important. Now we can combine those 4 methods and you'll get results very quickly. However, you'll hit a plateau sooner rather than later. And because when we're doing extreme results and we're combining these methods, we need to make sure that we keep a hormone called leptin happy. Now leptin will kick up a fuss if you're doing this for too long. So say, you know, you do this for 5 days, you've got your clean diet, you've got your low carb, you've got your intermittent fasting and your exercise. Now I'll let you get away with that for, you know, 5, 6, 7 days, and then I'll go, whoa, hang on a minute, I'm not happy about this. I'll slam your metabolism into the ground and say, no more, done, right? And no matter how hard you try, just things will slow down. You'll be like, oh, what's going on here? I mean, I was getting great results, but now I'm not. Now, so you need to keep leptin happy. And the easiest way to keep leptin happy is by simply having a reset day. So I call it a metabolic reset. Some people call it a cheat day. But however you go about it, so you can do a clean cheat, a dirty cheat, and I'll go into those in a second. You need more calories and more carbs to keep leptin happy. So we're dropping the calories, we're dropping the carbs, we've got the fasting in place, it's all good, the results come in. To keep it coming further and to make sure that your metabolism doesn't drop off and your results just hit a brick wall, just up the calories, up the carbs, back to normal level. So you actually have a day or even 2 days sometimes to eat regular food, you know, have the things that you enjoy, I should say, so like pizza, maybe have a couple of beers, just enjoy yourself, be a bit more flexible with your diet and don't beat yourself up, you know. Your body needs that little spike of food, that little influx. And you know, I mentioned going clean or dirty. So some people go with the dirty cheat or the dirty reset, as I like to call it, which is the pizza, the cookies, the cake, all that sort of thing. Now the idea is not to go completely mental by going to McDonald's for breakfast, KFC and the works, but just allow yourself to have some of the foods that you enjoy and just take a break from the diet. So that will keep leptin happy, and as I say, take a break. So psychologically that helps a lot of people to keep moving forward, which is certainly something that we need. You know, some people just can't cut out everything forever. They'll fall off in spectacular fashion and then just end up putting all the weight back on. So by keeping your metabolism happy and giving you that psychological break, that's all good. Now for other people, they might want to go the clean cheat. So some of you that are more disciplined and more like a Jedi mind approach, then you can do the clean cheat, which is basically just eating lots more fruit and vegetables and upping the calories that way. It's very, very simple. So if you feel that your body doesn't react well to things like bread and stuff and you just get bloated, now the dirty cheat might not work for you. It might just cause your results to slow down. Not massively, but it will cause your results to slow down. And you know, for a lot of people, dodging bread, wheat in particular, the gluten, all that, it helps. You know, they feel less bloated. So that sets you around, and that's something to play around with. So there are the 5 methods. Okay, so combine those together in that pyramid fashion, and you're going to get fantastic results. And what I call that, once you've got all those in combination, is a metabolic hot zone. And that's something I use in a lot of my programs, and we use a 5-day cycle combining those methods I've just spoken about to get those fantastic results. Now if you're interested, just let me know, pop a comment in the box below or shoot me an email back. Happily talk you through that in a bit more detail. However, you can also find stuff on walshfataway.com or lean19.com to see how we combine all of this to get to people to lose, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes a lot more than that, you know, pounds in that very short amount of time, and transform their body and just ready for the beach, the wedding, whatever it happens to be. Okay. Now I feel like I'm rambling on a little bit now, so I'm going to go, and the seagulls are getting fed up as well. So once again, if you do have any questions, fire away, and yeah, I will see you next time. All right, take care for now. Bye.